You killed my son! Mistios? You'll be punished for what you've done.
I didn't murder your son. It wasn't me.
The gods have sent you to help me, haven't they?
Tell me what you
This
need.
crime will not go unpunished. Tell me what you need.
Nemesis has heard my cries.
What's going on?
My son was murdered at the Murex warehouse. His head smashed in like an egg.
It was Kithira's leader. I heard them arguing in the warehouse.
Then why didn't you stop them? You lie! Go to the warehouse and find out who killed my son, Mistios. Justice must be served.
I don't have time for this. I'll do it.
Your son's death will not go unpunished. What evidence do you have against Kithira's leader?
Your son was fooling around with the leader's daughters. All 4 of them.
Daughters? I forbade him. Told him the leader is a fearsome and vindictive man.
He was blinded by the reaches. Check the fort and you'll find the gifts they gave him.
What makes you think he did it?
We took him in and gave him a job. But all he's done is steal from us. My boy fired him, kicked him out.
I did steal, but I would never hurt someone.
You hurt him when you betrayed him, Malaka.
That doesn't mean he killed him. Where is the warehouse located?
At the end of the harbor. It's a bloody mess now.
I'll go to the warehouse and see what I can find.
Find out who the murderer is, Mistios. I'll make sure this Malaka stays put.
I'm innocent. You'll see.
This looks like the place. This must be the murder weapon. It's caked in dry blood. And heavy, too. There's no way the little guy could have swung this. Not much blood, and his head was bashed in. Probably a blunt weapon. This bracelet looks expensive. They could be gifts from the daughters, or an attempt to frame Kithira's leader.
What did you find, Mistios?
I searched the warehouse and found a gold bracelet and a heavy stone tablet covered in blood.
See? I told you you'll find gifts from the leader's daughters.
It's not proof of innocence. What's this about a stone tablet?
Tablet? I don't know of any tablet.
Mistios, Tell me who murdered my son? This worm or Kithira's leader?
If the fort leader is as strong as you say, only he could have lifted a tablet like the one I saw. There's no way this scrawny thief could have swung it like a weapon.
Then kill Kithira's leader. You will be paid when he ceases to draw breath. And make it a slow, painful execution.
It will be done.
Thank you, Mistios, for clearing my name.
Got to be careful not to get spotted.
Don't come any closer!
Keep walking or I'll make you. Move on, if you know what's good for you. Hey, come get behind me! Get them! Keeping you alive. Can't you do any better? No, no, put it down! This was...
I don't want to be spotted here.
I'm on fire! Malaga!
Lynx don't prowl for nothing. Must be something in that cave.
Please. There's so much blood. I knew you weren't a lynx. Heard your footsteps. Only 2. Lynx have 4.
You're seriously wounded.
These lynx, they're a bit tougher than the sea bass I usually catch. Could you help a fellow hunter home to his wife?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank the gods. She's in Scandia Harbor.
Tell me about your wife.
She's the real lynx. Please don't tell her I said that.
If I get you home safe, what's my reward?
My bow. It's my pride and joy. Sold almost everything I own to buy it.
You said you usually catch sea bass. What made you think you could take on a lynx?
Never seen a Cytherian sea bass, have you? Even a lynx wouldn't touch them. If you fancy yourself a hunter, though, there's a monstrous beast in the south. Was going to go after it myself, once I broke in my bow.
Monstrous beast, huh? I'll have to see it for myself. You've lost a lot of blood. If you're going to make it home, we'll need to move now.
That is a lot of blood. Help! I can hear you. Please, there's so much blood. Help! Please, get me back to my wife in Scandia. Help! I can hear you. Please. There's so much blood. That is a lot of blood. Help! I can hear you. Please. There's so much blood. Help! Ow! 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 That is a lot of blood. Help! I can hear you. Please. There's so much blood. Help!
Ella. Let's go. Hop, hop.
Έγνον δει από φράση μέρα είναι.
And you must be his wife.
The wife of an idiot, I'm afraid.
Missed your idiot?
My love, you're alive! So, are we having lynx for dinner?
Enough about the lynx.
I'm happy to see you reunited. Wonderful. I'll leave you to, here. Better stay hidden.
someone signaling?
Got all the fangs I'll ever need. I should return to the boiler.
Is this really all you've got? Put it down!
The mighty Eagle Bearer. Rumor has it you command one of the fiercest ships at sea. Maybe you'd be interested in making some drachmi of it?
Depends how.
Join Athens as we set sail to destroy the Spartan navy. That's all.
My crew and I will join you.
Glad to hear it. Let's feed the Spartans to the shanks.
weaklings! You cannot stop us!
It's burning! Dead!
You're a gift from the goddess herself. And by the fates. She chose well.
You're making me blush, stranger.
And I could do so much more.
I'm not sure about all of that, but you can definitely fight.
I may be a priestess of love, but I also bite. I always bite.
One has to be bold to attack a priestess. You must be important.
I am Dione, a simple acolyte born to serve Aphrodite. These thugs are dogs of the cult of Cosmos, and this has not been the first attempt on my life.
The cult? Tell me all that you know. Now.
Not here. We'll be safer in the city. Escort me?
Another enemy down.
Let's go. You can tell me everything you know about the cult when we arrive.
Fucking bandits! I'll cut you all down!
I'll run you!
I'm safe here. The cult of Cosmos would never strike inside the city.
Good. Tell me more about them.
Right now? At least let me catch my breath. And take a good long look at your beautiful self.
Enough idle chatter. Tell me what you know about the cult.
If you insist. We've always kept tabs on the cult, and lately they've gotten bolder. By the fates, they've driven my sister, the High Priestess, to lock herself in her chambers.
A cult leader must be involved if they are trying to kill such a public figure.
We're not dealing with the usual rats. My sister wants me to secure Keithra from the cult, and sniff out the cultists behind her troubles.
That could work. Your sister sounds smart.
The plan isn't that praiseworthy. I was nearly killed.
Unfortunate, but her plan is still good.
Then help us secure Keithra and root out the enemy. By the fates, you've seen what can happen. I can't do this on my own.
Secure Keithra? I don't work for free.
A mystios indeed. The cult has plans for the Greek world. And with my ways, I know what they will do next and where they plan to do it. I imagine this information would be useful to you. Or if that isn't enough to satisfy you, I will.
I'm only here for information on the cult of Cosmos. And drachmi. Lots of it.
You don't know what you're missing, Mistios. But Vrakmi it is.
Excellent. So, what needs to be done?
Just 3 simple tasks. First, my associate by the harbor needs help. Pay him a visit.
What else?
My sister believes she has leads on a traitor within our ranks. If that's true, she'll need your help. Look for her in the temple. And lastly, poisoned blades are a priestess's weapon of choice. But some bandits sacked our apothecaries and have taken refuge in the Mycenaean ruins.
Well, if it's not the cult, it's Malaki's bandits.
Retrieve our poison vials. They will come in handy when fighting against the cult.
This associate of yours, where is he?
Ask for the harbor master at the tavern in Scandia Harbor. He'll be the obnoxious drunk.
The temple. Where is it?
It's on Aphrodite's watch, up the hill. You'll find the High Priestess there, hiding in her chambers.
How will I get to these ruins?
The Mycenaean ruins are to the south of the city, north of Scandia Bay. The poison vials should be in a bag. It'll probably be in a chest in the ruins. Be very careful with it.
I'll do what I can, for you and Kithira.
Thank you, Mistios. Perhaps, when all this is over, we could unwind together.
Priorities, Leonie. I'll see you later. Do not trust the fates. I have more questions.
About me, maybe?
I'll be back.
Αποκτήνεις Αντίνα.
High Priestess! Open up!
So you can kill me? Who sent you?
The Oni sent me. I'm a friend.
What did that idiot girl send a Mistios for? I gave her orders to follow, not to delegate.
She says you think there is a traitor in your midst.
You can't trust anyone these days. What do you want with the cult?
They have wronged my family, and it's only right they pay for it. I'll have justice.
Family is indeed a powerful motivator.
The Cult of Cosmos have much to answer for, and they will answer to me.
Perhaps you will be of use to me after all. I sent one of my handmaidens to spy on some of our own, and...
She hasn't returned.
Indeed. Except I couldn't care less about her. It's the information she uncovered I desire. Retrieve it for me.
Your dislike for your sister is obvious. What happened between you two?
I'm the firstborn, and with that comes certain privileges and responsibilities. My sister is a vindictive, jealous creature. She undermines my authority constantly. Clearly she thinks she'd make the better High Priestess.
I see.
But she is my sister, and I do love her. I just wish she wasn't a jealous little fool.
When should I start looking for her?
I sent her to the outskirts of Kythera. I recall there being a farm in that area. She might have taken refuge there.
That's where I'll start then. Where did you say to look again?
Try the farm outside of the city. She might...
I found this note earlier on the body of a priestess at a farm. She was slain by cultists before I found her.
What? Read it to me. Quickly.
It says, don't trust the fates. The rest of the papyrus is stained with blood.
That makes no sense.
She protected it with her life. It wasn't for nothing.
Now we will never know for sure if there is a traitor in our ranks. But I cannot rule out the possibility. Our situation is dire. Work with the Oni. Secure Kythera for us, Misthios.
I take it you're the harbor master?
I told you. I'll pay when I get paid.
Leonie sent me. She said you needed help.
The Oni? Wait. Who are you?
I'm just helping her out. She has some information I want.
Liar! I bet you want her more than you want information, don't you?
Just tell me what needs to be done.
Huh? You think you can do better than I have?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Fine. You want to prove yourself to Theone, right? The military has been a real pain in the ass lately. They've captured some mercenaries who are of interest to her at the fortified warehouse. She needs you to free them.
I'll see to it. But it's going to cost you.
If you make it back alive, I'll fatten your pockets with drachmi myself.
Deal. But first, I have some questions. Freeing prisoners sounds treasonous. Why would she want to do that?
In her paranoia, the High Priestess has ordered anyone suspicious to be detained. But these prisoners were mercenaries, minding their own business.
A mercenary's business is rarely their own.
Still, Theone wants them to help fight against her enemies.
And let me guess, the only ones she can trust are those who can be bought with Rachmi.
Exactly. Of course she trusts me too.
Is the only someone special to you?
I'm her lover. And I'll be the one to help get rid of her enemies. I promise that in exchange... Why am I telling you any of this? I don't care what you think your relationship with her is. She's just using you. I'm her true love.
Right. You keep telling yourself that. I've got enough to go on. You better get my drachmi ready.
Come back when you're done. If you make it out of the camp alive.
There he is. He's over there. Found him. I should try to stay out of sight.
Anyone there? Huh. Nothing. Let me out. Get me out of here, quick, before the guards return.
did nothing wrong.
I can never repay you.
I can go now? My thanks.
I freed the prisoners at the military camp.
There were 3 of them. Did you get them all?
Yes, 3 of them, in all their bold and glory.
I guess you're more useful than you look. In that case, the Oni needs one more task fulfilled. A man needs to die.
There are other tasks the Oni needs me to do.
The Oni needs this to be done quickly. Return to me soon. Pains me to say it, but we need your skills to make someone disappear. Won't you help, Kythera?
Let's hear what exactly you want me to do first.
The Oni's enemies have forces on Hydra Atoll. They're going to use it as a staging area to launch attacks on Kythera. You need to exterminate these pests.
I will wipe the enemy off the face of that island.
Your humility is moving, Misthios. But I wouldn't underestimate them.
No. It's you who underestimates me.
Enough pointless chatter. She needs you to take out the captain there. His men should disperse after that, but still leave none alive. Will you do it?
Consider it done. What more can you tell me?
What more could you possibly need? Just kill the man.
Any idea where I can find the captain?
That rat should be somewhere around the shipwreck off the north coast of Hydra Atoll. I led a small party that managed to maroon his ship. But we couldn't finish the job. He and his men will be on their guard.
What is the quickest way to Hydra Atoll?
Sail south from the southern tip of Kythera until you come across a shipwreck.
Tell me what you know about the cult.
What cult?
Isn't the captain a cultist?
He could be a Malaka's god for all I care. The Oni says he wants to destroy her for rejecting him. That the only way for us to be together is if I remove him from the picture. Aren't you here for the same reason? To win her over.
I'm here to dismantle the cult of Cosmos. I have no time or interest in the priestess.
You can't fool me with your cult bullshit. No one can resist the Oni's charm. And no one would ever call themselves that. Malakas, cult of Cosmos.
Whatever. That's all I need to know.
We'll send a fat amount of wrack meat to your ship when you're done.
Excellent.
Go. Get out of here. And don't you go talking to Theoni anymore.
Or what?
Or I'll... just go.
I won't ask any questions. Let's keep out of sight.
No, not to the...
Let's go. I see it. Let's go. These look like the ruins Leonie spoke about. Best be on my guard.
What was that? Nothing there.
You heard the plan? Still think we should...
Someone help me!
Do you see them? I've got nothing. I bet they're still here. Keep looking. Right. Coming for you. Only
Piso ti. 50 piso ti. Thank you for saving me. Aron, fígame. You saved my life! Poison. Coward's weapon. The Oni will want this back. You ride! Your sister sends her regards.
Did you find out anything about this traitor?
Your sister has definite proof of a traitor.
What? That can't be. Who is it? You must tell me or I won't know who to trust.
We don't know yet. But your sister is looking into it.
I see. I too shall take my own precautions. A visit to see her might be in order. Thank you, Miss Dios. Is there something else?
Here's your apothecary's bag.
With this, we can make sure all our priestesses are armed for battle. Excellent work, Miss Dios.
I have more questions.
About me, maybe?
This associate of yours, where is he?
Ask for the harbor master at the tavern in Scandia Harbor. He'll be the obnoxious drunk.
I'll be back. Let's go. I've never seen such a monster. This beast isn't even native to these lands. I shouldn't go out any farther on this boat. I see him. These don't look like cult members. Probably just well-paid mercenaries. I've freed your mercenaries and dealt with the captain as you desired.
That's good news. You've dealt a heavy blow to the cult's forces. You're getting sexier by the minute. Anything else?
I've done what you asked. What now?
My scouts will meet us at my villa. They'll fill us in on what they've discovered, thanks to your efforts. I have something else to attend to, but... if I get there and we have some time on our hands, by the fates, we'll have some fun.
No. The cult is what's important right now. I'll see you at the villa.
By the fates. You can only resist me for so long.
We've been expecting you. Please follow me. She's instructed me to take good care of you before she arrives. Your shoulders must be aching. I'm sure I can help loosen you up before Dione arrives.
Sure you don't want to reconsider?
The High Priestess could be in grave danger. We don't have time for this.
Your loss? Fine. I'll fetch the scout and have them give us their report.
Dione said something about the scouts and their report. Where are they?
Dione is done with you.
Malaka!
That's enough charade, priestess. We'll finish the job.
Dione's done with you, Mistios.
You! What's going on?
I was just doing as I was told. Dione told me to take you to the garden. Please don't kill me!
Why did they attack me? I freed these men myself.
Dione played you like she did the High Priestess. The captain you killed was a leader for her sister's reinforcements. And the poison was to be used against you if you prove too dangerous.
I'll show that snake exactly how dangerous I am. Why is Dione doing this to her own people?
Dione hates her sister. She's been second best all her life.
So she joined the cult to take power?
I never expected her to take it this far.
I'm going to kill this traitor.
She's on her way to kill the High Priestess at the altar, north of the temple. You'll have to hurry.
The altar? Good. Aphrodite will have a sacrifice tonight.
Do you trust the face you see in your reflection? I don't.
Dione, where is she? Move. You're identical twins? Don't move, or I'll cut you both down!
Thank the fates. They were going to...
I can't believe you're twins!
She's always been jealous of my success, mercenary. Living in my shadow has finally broken her. Kill her now! Lived in my shadow! I loved you, Theoni. I never wanted to be your superior. Misthios, you must kill her before she lets the cult take over Kythera. It pains me, but it must be done. You wouldn't feel a thing, you monster. I'm not sure you ever have.
The High Priestess will know what was in the note from her handmaiden.
Do not trust the fates! How could you possibly know that? Her end must have been so tragic she renounced the fates. The poor girl, it was all my fault. I sent her to spy on you, and you had her killed when she threatened to expose you. Don't listen to her lies. I am the High Priestess.
I could just kill you both. Maybe I should.
Kill us both? You truly think they care which one of us lives or dies? She speaks true. By the fates, with both of us dead, the cult will simply send their own High Priestess to fill the void. You would know what the cult would do, wouldn't you, Snake?
What if I let you settle this yourself?
Walk away and you'll have more blood on your hands. The Oni will surely slay me. Snake! She knows I am the one who will perish. If you do nothing, the fall of Kythera will be all your fault.
Enough!
Slay the Oni where she stands. Do the right thing, Misthios. Slay the Oni.
Shut up! You haven't fooled me. It's over, Theoni.
You idiot! Aphrodite, aid me! You'll regret fighting me!
This is the note I gave the High Priestess.
By the fates! What have you done, my beautiful stranger?
You snake!
You slayed Kythera's dear High Priestess. They're going to be very cross with you.
And now I'm going to kill her sister.
I won't go down as easy. I bite, remember? I always bite! This is going to sting!
Finì troppo podrasso.
E ora? È tutto per
Leonie, where is she? You're identical twins? I can't believe you're twins.
She's always been jealous of my lived Misthios. You...
The High Priest...
Do not trust! How could you possibly know that? I sent her to spy on you, and you had her killed when she threatened to expose you. Don't listen.
I could just kill you.
Kill? You wouldn't...
What if I let you
walk away? She know...
Enough!
Slave! Do the right...
Shut up! You. I see right through you, Leonie. It's over.
By the fates, I'll kill you both! Show me how you dance, Mister! Fates, protect me!
I'm coming for all of you. Your cult leader has been sniffed out, High Priestess.
My own sister.
Ugh, siblings.
I hated her. But I loved her too.
I know how that feels.
You've secured Kythera for me, Misthios. Now, about the cult of Cosmos.
Good thing I killed the right priestess.
Indeed. As High Priestess, it is my duty to call out to the wayward and return them to Aphrodite's bosom. And if you've ever been to Pefka and met its inhabitants, you'll see why divine intervention is their only salvation.
I've never been.
Lucky you. One of my priestesses was sent there and came back... rattled. She spoke of a man, Melite.
What about him?
The people living in Pefka are terrified of him. He runs some shady operations, but what exactly I can't be sure. Maybe this will be of help.
Thank you, High Priestess.
Now, if you'll excuse me, it is time to rebuild. Here. The cult of Cosmos is in Pefka, Misthios. Seek out Melite and destroy him.
The cult of Cosmos will burn the old world to ashes and build anew. Beast Slayer. I'm glad to see you again. Here, the hyena's pelt. Take it. These flea-ridden carrion eaters disgust me.
We must learn to see the beauty in all things.
You're right. It's just an animal doing what's in its nature.
Aren't we all?
I'll return when I have more pelts.
Mistios, my humble hands have been commissioned to craft a bow, using but a single fang from each a lioness, a lynx, and a shark. Do you have any?
I have the fangs you need, if you're willing to negotiate a fair price for them.
Of course. I know the value of a good tooth. Would your own mighty bow, crafted from fangs, be considered a fair price? It would have great bite.
Deal. A bow worthy of Artemis.
later.
There it is. Golden ratio. Democritus will want to know I found it. Here, Democritus.
Cassandra! What have you brought me?
So, I found Zeno's paradox.
You did? And what did you think of it?
The tortoise arrives at a point. Achilles, who is chasing it, runs after him. But after Achilles arrives at the same point, the tortoise has moved on. By the time Achilles arrives at the tortoise's new spot, the creature has again moved further.
Exactly. It shows how the universe divides itself infinitely.
A mathematical theory hidden in a child's fable.
Zeno was clever. Every knowledgeable old man I've ever met was an idiot. But the minds of children are endlessly wise.
I found the original golden ratio.
A discovery that will change the course of existence.
It's a rectangle.
At first, I didn't think I saw anything special about it, but the sides of this diagram aren't even. The side marked A is almost half of the side marked B.
Almost, but not quite. A and B are to A as A is to B.
So how can this theory be used?
Used? It isn't used, only observed. It is the divine balance occurring naturally in the most measurably beautiful places in the world. It is everywhere. And nowhere.
It took some doing, but I found the Pythagorean theorem.
The greatest breakthrough the world will ever know. And now we have it in its original glory.
Inverted triangles.
I thought it might be about the points of the triangle, but the theorem is about the length of the sides.
Astute! You're wiser than you put on. The two shorter sides squared, when added together, are equal to the square of the hypotenuse.
That was a lot to take in. But I think I found everything.
You did! And with this, I can finally form my grand theory. The theory that simultaneously divides and unites all the universe.
What is this theory?
Using the theorems as evidence, I intend to prove that the universe is divisible into infinitely smaller parts. As we break reality down, the parts shrink, and the space between them grows.
Once you prove your theory, what will you do with it?
Although I aim to prove that the universe is divisible, I hope that the theory can be used to unite people.
All of this sounds ambitious.
One can't achieve greatness by attempting mediocrity. But I confess, I have a personal motivation.
Everyone always does.
Ha! In another life, you would have made a fine student. When I was a student, I loved a poet. But I was so consumed by study, I never told her. I hope to use these theorems to show her my poetry. And maybe to win her heart.
If that's what you want to do, let's do it.
What? Right now?
You missed your chance to tell her once, Demokritos. There's no point in missing it again. Let's go.
You're right. This time I will do it properly.
I never would have guessed you were a lover.
Well, I wasn't. My theory that all atoms exist with a great void between them is a bit like the life I've lived.
But not anymore. Now you're filling that void.
Maybe. Maybe what fills the void and what draws us together is love.
Save that line for the poet, Demokritos. It's a good...
No! That's good! Those bandits, stop them!
Demokritos, I'm sorry.
They killed her. For it to end like this. After all this time.
You have your theorem. And the others. Read them to her. Let her see your poetry.
It's too late.
It's never too late.
You can go. In another life, she might have known my love for her. You might have been my student. Imagine the happiness we'd have known.
A wise man told me, the richest person in any land is the one who wants for the least. Don't want for the past, Demokritos.
I'll leave soon enough. But for now, I think I want for privacy. Take this and leave me to mourn, Cassandra. There is no force in the universe greater than that which binds two people together.
Eaglebearer, one of the fiercest commanders at sea, I've heard. Any truth to that rumor?
Depends why you're asking.
The Athenians are planning an attack on our navy. If you were to join in our defense, Poseidon's wrath would be the least of their worries.
I'll do it.
We'll make the Athenians regret ever setting foot on a boat.
Ready,